Boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed the presentation about the Holy Father and his visit to the United States. You know, I like the guy. Think he's doing a great job as my shepherd on the earth. Tonight we're going to talk about authority. When I picked Peter to be the first pope, the church gradually over time settled on a system. You know, a structure called the hierarchy of the church, which consists of the pope, the cardinals, the archbishops, the bishops, and parish priests. It seems to work out pretty well. It's doing okay, you know? So let's take a little closer look at authority. Now first of all, the word authority. What does it mean? My friend Mr. Webster defines it as the power to influence. You know, this power is usually gained over time as a person becomes an expert in their field. Now the other day on the way to Starbucks, Jesus is just alright with me. Jesus is just alright, oh yeah. Jesus is just alright with me. Jesus is just alright. I don't care what they may say. I don't care what they may do. I don't care what they may say. Jesus is just I was thinking, what the kids need is some real-life examples of this. So I went to see the chief of police, Chief Skeens, to see how he came to his position of authority. Jesus is just alright with me. Jesus is just alright, oh yeah. Jesus is just alright with me. Jesus is just alright. I don't care what they may say. I don't care what they may do.
I began with Owensboro Police Department as a patrolman, as we all do, and worked through the ranks to sergeant, lieutenant, captain, assistant chief, and to eventually chief of police in nearly 20 years, in a 20-year time frame. We have a structured paramilitary organization and rank structure, and it requires each step in the chain to succeed, to be promoted. So obviously you're not going to start a patrolman and become chief of police in 2 years. It is a time, it is a program, and through that time increased education, training, and time and experience to build the knowledge to put myself in position to be selected as chief of police.
See, now the one that has authority must then use that authority in a, how do you say in your country, respectable way? Let's hear from Bishop McGrath about how he uses his authority. I don't care what they may know. I don't care where they may go. I don't care what they may know. Jesus is just alright, oh yeah.
The motto is to serve and not be served. And so Hope Polly uses it now. Somebody else may look at it very differently. But I see authority as our Lord talked about, the world they lorded over their subjects. And if you want to have authority in the Christian way, the authority comes from being a servant.
A wise leader would surround himself with people to help him when he has to make important decisions. Mayor Watson made a really good point about this.
My wife is my sounding board. She's her heart is really with the Lord, and when I start moving down the wrong road a little bit, as far as trying to do compromises and trying to work through all the minutiae of trying to lead a community, it's always great to have that opportunity to call her and say, okay, here's where we are, you know, tell me what I'm doing wrong, and she's really got a tremendous insight. And
Now lastly, there are some benefits of being under authority. You know, for one thing, it means that there's always someone to go to when you have problems or the concerns. Let's hear what Principal Ann Flaherty had to say about the benefits of being under authority.
I'm a big fan of the hierarchy of the church. It protects you. I am just a real teeny person. I can't study all the issues out there. I don't have the experiences that all the people in the hierarchy have. There is a great history to the Catholic Church where we've made mistakes and where we've learned from our mistakes. And those men and some women are knowledgeable about the history of the church. They know those mistakes. They know human behavior and choices that we make that are not good and that are good, and they form and make decisions for us to help guide us toward the path of Jesus Christ. There's 2,000 years of experience that say that's why it should be the way it should be. I like operating in that structure.
So I hope this sheds some light on the authority of the church and why it's structured the way it is. See, it makes sense. I'm Jesus, come on. I know what I'm doing, forget about it. Alright, I'm going to go prop my feet up in the lazy boy. See you next time. A structure called the hierarchy of the church, which consists of the Pope, the cardinals, the archbishop. Now the other day on the way to Starbucks I was thinking, what the kids need is some real life examples of this. So I went to see the chief of police.